Sports Video Group's Jason Dackman. We're at the U.S. Open in New York City, and I'm with Terry Brady of ESPN, the longtime director of operations, and has overseen 3 years of all kinds of craziness here at the Open. Terry, thanks so much for joining us today.
Well, first off, am I that old? I guess I am, so.
Yeah, I guess long time. No, but you know the U.S. Open as well as anybody and have overseen a couple of years of just a lot of activity for ESPN. You're in year 3 of a new deal. You are the host broadcaster. You have a building that's fixed and one of the really interesting broadcast centers we'll see at any live event all year. Tell me about where you guys are at in year 3 and if you really feel like you've hit your groove at this point.
Oh, I think you never are ultimately satisfied to hit your groove, but yeah, we're getting closer. So year 3 obviously is a lot easier than year 1. We went into year 1 with basically unknown. We knew what the plan was, but in executing the plan, you're always going to stumble and stub your toe every once in a while. But year 3, we've definitely come a long way. It's become a lot easier. People know their roles, and it allows us an opportunity to tweak it every time we go out every year. We try to tweak it a little bit better. We see things that we haven't done as well as we like, and then the following year we rectify that and incorporate it for the following year. So it's a progression, and we think we did okay with that.
Yeah. And this year you guys are testing some new stuff. You said you're always adding new layers. There's some really unique new tools that you guys are working on site. Some are being incorporated in the telecast. Some are more on the demo side. Tell me a little bit about some of the fun tech toys you guys are working with.
Sure. Well, one of the advantages of having a 2-week tournament is you have an opportunity to test a lot of new technology that you can incorporate in future years, just as I mentioned before. And this year we're looking at a couple of new innovations. One is the Silvus mesh network, an RF network that we're looking due to shrinking frequencies in the marketplace. We're looking at Alteros, which is, again, another RF system that, again, takes advantage of unlicensed frequencies. We're using our front row camera that we've developed for baseball. We're trying to apply that in the tennis world, try to get the fan closer to the action. And we're also looking at reaching wave technology. The list goes on and on. So it does allow you to try new things and test them out and give it a full run and see if it works.
Right.
So you have confidence going into the next year to activate it. So it's all good.
Yeah. And last thing, we've seen the USTA Tennis Center evolve a lot over the last few years. It's continuing to evolve. We're going to see a new ARMSTRONG soon. What role are you guys playing in that, and how are you working with USTA to make sure all the television and broadcast and production needs are going to be met once that beautiful new venue opens?
Well, I mean, we've had a great relationship with USTA, and they bring us in when they're constructing things and changing things. The whole venue itself has had a complete makeover, and we were part of that makeover. For instance, we extended a fiber optic network to places that we know we're going to be using and places that we think we might be using. And that alleviates a lot of cable all over the place. It makes it easier for the connectivity back to the broadcast center. It also creates a lot of flexibility and being able to try new things and evolve the coverage. With regard to Armstrong, they came to us and we work closely with them as far as camera positions, proposed positions, elevations of cameras, and everything else that we'd like to see. So when you go into that venue, you know what you're getting, and you know that the camera positions and angles are going to be sufficient to represent such a beautiful new building. So that's about it. So we're doing okay.
Terry, thanks so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned to sportsvideo.org for more news from the U.S. Open in New York City.